Alright guys, it's early as shit. Operation Toy Drop is commencing in just a couple of seconds. I'm super tired. I don't do 9 a.m.s. Here's a cool truck montage. I'll talk to you more later.
Operation Toy Drop. We're almost there. We're about an hour out. We're tired. It's been raining the whole way down. We just drove down, what is this road? We're on I-69 and seen a great big old swath of trees and debris and all kinds of damage. The woods were full of sheet metal from roofs and barns, and looked like clothes and all kinds of stuff was thrown all out throughout the woods. Trees snapped off and laid down. That was all we've seen as far as damage goes so far, but we got the pedal to the floor, and GPS says we're just shy of an hour of being there. Just wanted to make a quick update. We'll do some more when we get there.
as they bird machine out, we'll go into the gym, which is our overflow. unloading right now.
Stockings over there.
Well, this wouldn't have happened without a number of those. No.
So this it will be put in there gradually
Right,
as
the sorting.
families pick through.
Wow.
And, we're just so thankful that everybody's giving. It's crazy.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Touching.
Yeah.
I can see the volume of giving is very good. All right, guys. So, Operation Toy Drop is completed. We finally made it down here to Mayville, Kentucky. We got our trailer unloaded, ran into our good friend Ace Baker. As you can see, there's just been a tremendous outpouring of giving. I tell you what, for every time that I feel as though it's time to give up on humanity, that there's no point in trying, you guys surprise the hell out of me. It really is awesome. Now, we're going to put together a nice little montage of all of this stuff. I mean, look at this. Look at this. It's just absolutely amazing, mind-blowing. The level of giving that has come from such a tragedy. It's just such a shame that we have to wait for stuff like this to happen to bring out the best in people. Because people are pretty awesome when they're highly motivated. This is amazing.
The way it's all set up, so like that's the stock area, and they're just gonna keep.
There's Brother Ace.
Hey guys, they're just gonna keep filling the tables.
I am absolutely blown away.
Got goosebumps, man.
Like I said, it makes my effort feel minuscule, but I know it's not. It's just, wow. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to shut her down for now. We'll talk some more here in just a few minutes. Warm and fuzzy all over. And just like that, Operation Toy Drop was completed. So we're back home now. About 11 hours on the road today. Probably about a half hour unloading the trailer. It was a good day. It was a good day. My rear end is sore from being in the truck for so many hours. I'm tired. I'm ready for bed. But it was a trip well worth it. It was absolutely a trip well worth it. We never went into Mayville. We didn't bother going down and getting in people's way. By the time we got to Mayville, Kentucky, it was already pretty late in the evening. I think we didn't roll into town until about 3 o'clock. Didn't get unloaded. We figured out where we had to be at and got ourselves unloaded probably by 4. Big shout out to Brother Ace Baker. It was an absolute pleasure to get to run into you today. I appreciate that dinner. It was very good. Libby appreciates it. Mike talked about how good it was half the trip home. Really do appreciate running into you. I always get to love seeing good people. Big shout out to all of the people that contributed to the 5 random strangers. I don't know your names that took part in random acts of kindness. You people are a blessing to the earth. Thank you. Your act of kindness went farther than just providing toys for kids. Your act of kindness helped to bring a little bit of faith back in humanity in a person that had very little faith left in humanity. To all the other donors Sonny Varma with Sonny's Vape Shop. Thank you, brother, for matching my contribution. Thank you so much. It was an amazing, I wish you could have went with us. I wish you'd have had the availability to ride down with us. It was a very moving experience. To all the individual donors, Ron, Donna, David, Michael, and there's a whole list of you guys. I'm not going to go through and name drop because I don't think any of you contributed. Bill, I don't think any of you contributed. Scott, because you wanted recognition. I think you all genuinely wanted to just be a help to the kids down there in Kentucky. Now, as you've seen in the video footage that I presented or put together for you, there's a good probability that these kids in Mayville, Kentucky, in the area, short of losing their home or any loved ones, you know, if they manage to not lose their home and not lose any loved ones, from what I've seen, these kids have a chance at having the best Christmas they've ever had. There was so many people came together. It was very emotional. It was a very emotional experience. When I walked in the door, we didn't get that part on camera. The very first time I walked in the door and walked in and seen what the communities had came together to provide for the children of that region, it was very moving. It was really hard to keep my face dry. Because like I said, man, I mean, you're looking at a guy that has little to no faith left in humanity at all. And when I walked in there and I seen that, I seen the volume of effort that went in. I mean, you seen the videos, the clips. I mean, I bet you they had $5,000 worth of bicycles sitting there. I bet you they was so close to $1 million worth of toys in that building. Candy, bicycles, stockings. You know, I thought I'd be cute and take down 100 stockings. Yeah, I did. I wasn't the only one that thought of that. There was stockings filled, piles and piles of stockings, piles and piles of toys for boys and girls of all ages. It was pretty amazing. For anybody out there that didn't participate, shame on you. Shame on you. The only way to get big government out of our lives is to prove that we don't need big government, and we can do that. And there's one last thing I want to bring up before I get off of here. While I was down there, I was told that FEMA was not allowing volunteers to unload their equipment and go onto private property to do cleanup. That all of the debris that was created by said storm had to be left alone to allow the FEMA contractors to come in. The handful of companies that have contracts with FEMA. And the context of the story is that a person had showed up at a residence to help, and they were talking when a FEMA director showed up and asked, what are you doing with this equipment? And the owner made a response, something along the lines of, I'm going to unload this equipment here and help this man clean up his property. And the FEMA guy said, well, you're not unloading it here. This is all FEMA contractors are doing all of this. You're not allowed to help clean up this private citizen's property. I'm curious how it would have went if they would have challenged the FEMA guy's authority on this. But knowing what I know about FEMA, if they would have challenged the FEMA guy's authority, he would have probably came back with people with guns and forced his authority to be recognized. They shut down the dump to private citizens. The only people that were able to go to the dump were city, county, and federal contractors. So if you're a private citizen, you can't even clean up your own debris without some kind of a red tape to deal with. You can't even take it up and dump it at the local dump because FEMA has commandeered the dumping facility for the cleanup effort. So if you want to clean up your own shit, if you want to tell Uncle Sam that I don't need your help, well, you're not allowed because you don't have nowhere to dump it. I found that to be very disturbing. And that was probably the most negative part of the trip. Everything else was amazing. The ride down, the trip was good. It was rainy, but it was good. The trip back was tired, but it was good. We didn't get to stay long. We didn't get to meet a lot of people. There was no glory to be had per se. We just hung out for a little while and talked to some people that were there, and they were telling us some of the stories that they had, and we told them some of the stories that we had heard, and we unloaded our trailer and we got the F up out of Dodge and got headed back home. So, I mean, there was no band, there was no cheerleaders, there was no glory to be had. This wasn't done to obtain glory. There was no desire for that. If you do stuff like this and you do it for glory, you're doing it for the wrong reasons. But you know what, guys? It has been one heck of a day, and I'm extremely worn out. So I'm going to go ahead and just close this video up. I want to go change out of my clothes, kick my shoes off, and kick back and relax because I'm living life to the fullest every single day, because anything less is an injustice to myself and every single person around me. Stay free, America.